Today, we will complete the second part of our character's story, and we will know more details. When a disciple of Confucius asks about making offerings, he responds with the necessity of first understanding and respecting Tian, then performing its rituals, which include offering sacrifices correctly. The disciple must also make personal sacrifices and affect existence. Otherwise, their actions will yield nothing. The result is always linking rituals to the impact they leave on the self and on existence as a whole, focusing on ethics. Confucius does not delve deeply into the philosophy of existence, as he derives from underlying principles drawn from pre-existing beliefs in China to connect them with ethics, behavior, societal organization, and political leadership reform. According to Confucius's teachings, since heaven was created in an orderly system, humanity must follow it in pursuing the middle path that preserves balance between the forces of yin and yang. This social harmony, based on adherence to virtuous ethics, requires respecting great ancestors to the extent of venerating and worshiping them through revering their statues and offering sacrifices at their tombs. This harmony also requires regulating collective behavior based on 5 constants: ren, benevolence towards others; yi, rightness; li, ritual propriety; zi, knowledge; and xin, integrity. As for the series of moral virtues, they include 4 main virtues: zong, loyalty; yixiao, filial piety; tian, heavenly mandate; and yi, righteousness, which also exists within the list of the 5 constants. Additional subsidiary elements, such as honesty, compassion, courage, kindness, and humility are added to these virtues. Confucianism derives its importance from integrating the political and social systems into a unified whole. The personal virtues that Confucius encouraged his followers to uphold were expected to be shared equally by rulers and the people. Confucius advocated for a hierarchical patriarchal government in which the ruler was deeply respected, in exchange for the ruler adhering to a system of virtues and being bound by them to achieve perfection and become an example for his people. While some contemporary researchers see Confucian tradition as a means of legitimizing tyranny and facilitating rulers' claim to divine authority, akin to a father figure obeyed unquestioningly by children, some defend Confucius by highlighting his call for universal education among all segments of society without class distinctions. He urged both rulers and the ruled to adhere to virtue together. Confucius dreamed of a state where order was established through the dissemination of rituals, li, and music. He was deeply interested in singing ancient Chinese poems with musical accompaniment and traveled throughout his country to convince rulers that their virtuous conduct would render legislation and the use of force unnecessary. However, this vision was closer to idealism than reality. Despite his lack of success during his lifetime, Confucius's ideas spread after his death, leading to the establishment of schools across the country to teach people the philosophy of the great teacher. His ideas became the core of a religious system with temples and academies, especially during the turbulent wars that ravaged China and its fractured kingdoms. The curious irony is that the first ruler to unify China and grant it the status of a nation and a unified empire was the staunchest opponent of Confucian legacy, Qin Shi Huang, or Shi Huang Dai, the first emperor of China, from whom the country derived its name. In the mid-3rd century BCE, Qin succeeded in forming the most powerful army in the region. Fortuitously, the fall of the Han Kingdom, where Confucius originated, occurred during his reign, followed by the painful losses of the Zhao state due to a devastating earthquake. Seizing the opportunity, Qin invaded and conquered all kingdoms, one after another, to establish the great Chinese state. Qin was notorious for his tyranny and despotism, reportedly burying hundreds of scholars and philosophers alive and executing others at the slightest dissent. As Confucianism had thrived in some of the kingdoms he conquered, he viewed it as a threat to his authority, ordering the burning of all books that did not align with the sole philosophy he adopted, legalism. Legalists believed that history demonstrated the failure of Confucius's dreams of relying on rulers as role models and the virtues of the people, insisting instead that governance should be based on laws rather than rulers, and that people should be compelled to obedience until it became an intrinsic part of their nature. Millennia.
If you liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to receive all the new updates. If you would like us to talk about other personalities, write to us in the comments.